Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Chris Maloney back with you for another edition of CWN Recap Impact Wrestling No Surrender 2021. Took place live last night on Fight as well as Impact Plus. Good 3-hour show. 9 matches in total, as well as some surprises, some predictions I got right, I was happy about, and we'll go from there. But Chris Maloney, London, Ontario, Canada. Kind of cold outside today, of course, wintertime. But you can see me rocking the Toronto Raptors hat yesterday when I was doing the prediction show. You obviously saw me rocking the Ottawa Senators hat. They pulled it out with 8.2 seconds left against the Winnipeg Jets yesterday on Hockey Day in Canada. So I was excited about that. So go Sens, go Raptors. And obviously red today, Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there, including my wife. And like I said, this is the official recap show. I did watch the whole event last night, took all my notes and stuff like that. But the main thing was, like, you know what? I'm going to wait till tomorrow. I'm going to do another prediction show anyway, so I might as well do the recap show prior to. So, like I said, CWN Recap Impact Wrestling No Surrender 2021 took place live last night. The opening video was a tribute to the one and only Tommy Dreamer. Talked about his, love for professional wrestling when he went to his first match. The having a family because of it, the injuries he's had because of it, and basically saying he wouldn't change a thing. And it was a touching tribute, about 2.5, 3 minutes in length. It is on YouTube, so guys, you can check that out. But that was the opening video. Then all of a sudden we go backstage, and Dreamer is arriving to the building. So all about the 50th birthday boy there yesterday. So match number 1, Tennille Dashwood with Kayla with a K with her. Triple XL taking on Decay. I want to say Taurus is how they're pronouncing the name. So Black Taurus, Crazy Steve and Rosemary is the current version of Decay there, but they kept referring to Taurus as Taurus. So I'll see if I can get that right. But match highlights here: Taurus hits a pop-up Samoan drop on Larry D, which was impressive. He's built, but to be able to pick up Larry D Samoan drop from a pop-up, Kevin Owens style, the same way he does on with Powerbomb, was absolutely phenomenal. Tennille jumps into the ring with a red flag, which was kind of comical. So she's kind of, hey, come here, bull, And anyways, there's photos and videos online, of course. But Avery then goes to hurl her outside. Why did I put Avery? Goes to hurl outside, but stopped by Rosemary. So for whatever reason, so I tell you this, the notes I'm pretty good at, but I was on the iPhone. That's how I was taking my notes last night. So it was name changes. So for whatever reason, Tennille has been changed into Avery's, but it is Tennille. So Tennille goes to hurl outside, but stopped by Rosemary. Rosemary then power bombs Tennille onto everybody outside. No, it's not Avery. It's AC. That's what it is. So my apologies. Avery is AC. So whatever reason, it got it right the rest of the match. But so AC goes to hurl himself outside, but he gets stopped by Rosemary. Now that makes sense because I remember that because Triple XL is afraid of Rosemary. Then AC power bombs Tennille, so he picks up his tag team partner there, and drops Tennille onto everybody outside. They're playing it up like Tennille injured her arm. I didn't see it. She hit the lights, but it was like very mild, so I can't see her being injured. I didn't see anything today about it happening at all. But and then Rosemary missed AC on the outside of the ring. Black Taurus hits a twisting fisherman buster on Larry D, again picking up this heavy man for the win. So Decay with the win there, and I am 1-0 as far as predictions go. Then we see Matt Striker D'Lo run down the card. Triple Threat Revolver graphic only shows 7 men, so I had to go back and check, and Suicide is left out of the graphic at this point. That'll play into later. Match number 2 of the night, we got Matt Cardona, Eddie Edwards taking on Brian Myers and Hernandez. Hot tags to Myers and Cardona, some of the highlights of the match. Back and forth battle I put, and then Myers hits his clothesline to score the win on Cardona. So basically, normal, hard-hitting match taking place. Cardona gets the hot tag. Myers gets the hot tag. I'm thinking to myself, what, this heel turn that I was talking about the prediction show doesn't look like it's happening. They went at each other. Myers picks up the win. So Myers and Hernandez win the match, but there was no Cardona heel turn in this one here. And the other thing, too, the announcers were talking about the eye patch. They're talking about Brian Myers getting looked at from, Eddie Edwards poking him in the eye and saying, there's no way in the world doctor would have prescribed an eye patch. So anyways, it be what it be. But like I said, Myers and Hernandez for the win there. So I'm 2-0, but we'll go from there. Backstage, we see Matt Hardy, Private Party talking. Match number 3 is the one and only Diener taking on Jake Something. Diener's got similar tights to his old Cody stuff, so he's got fake pockets, but non-cargo style. EY with the neck breaker on the floor while the ref is distracted. Just going through the highlights here. Jake's neck's in the middle buckle. So Jake's kind of like this, and all of a sudden he's got his head underneath the turnbuckle, and Cody comes from behind. Sorry, Diener comes from behind and basically drop kicks him. So it looks like, Jake's neck compresses up against that turnbuckle 6 spot. Jake ends up getting a comeback. Football tackle in the corner for a 2 count. Jake attempted to superplex Diener to the floor from the top buckle. Diener ends up blocking though. EY up on the apron. Jake chases him off. Jake hits the top dive onto EY and Joe. So Jake sails over the ropes there. And we got a cat looking at a squirrel on the balcony. From there, we go. Jake catches Diener with the Boss Man Slam. Huge Boss Man Slam, by the way, and gets the pin. So Jake Something is victorious in this one. After the match, triple powerbomb by Joe off the top rope through the table to Jake. With regards to Jake, continuing the fact that he's against violent by design, but the fact is he is holding his own when it comes to the matches, but they put him triple powerbomb style, like the Shield at the end of the match there. Then we go backstage. We get Dreamer and Edwards and Alicia, Edwards and Alicia thanking Tommy for everything that they've done for them, and ends with Alicia giving Tommy a hug, father-daughter style there. So Dreamer definitely respected by all his peers. Match number 4, triple threat revolver match. This is one of the ones I was looking forward to, and I can't complain about the match at all. So Suicide back in the graphics. So now we're back up to 8. Trey comes out first, enter and poses like he's 300 pounds and jacked. When I say that, he's like this, and that's the way he's sitting in the ring. And maybe, that's his goal, to be jacked, Scott Steiner style, whatever the case may be. But it's just the pose that he had. He looked like he was, trying to look jacked. But anyways, from there we go. Blake Christian comes out next. Suicide out next. Put a bunch of question marks because I was, confused by that graphic, but Suicide's, definitely in the match. Trey makes Suicide tap with a modified figure 4. So Suicide is out at this point. Chris Bay is out next, Birthday Boy. Bay with a Verde Baker, as they called it, on Christian for the pin. So it's they played homage to who was it? The Hurricane, as well as Homicide, with using that move. And my wife had actually seen the move being used, and she's like, "Holy crap, that looks like it could hurt somebody." It's a very dangerous move. I think still banned by the WWE, but he ended up hitting it on Blake Christian for the pin. So it looks like Blake Christian is officially done with Impact Wrestling. CWNonline.ca. You can check out more about that. Daivari out next. Trey with a meteor off the top rope on Daivari. So Daivari was in and out. He got pinned. Josh Alexander out next. Trey with a sleeper on Josh. Josh actually picks up Chris Bay and suplexes him while dropping Trey. So he's got him backpack style. Ends up being like, you know what? I'm going to take 2 of these guys on at once. And then, like I said, picks up Bay, suplexes him, and then drops Trey at the same time. Alexander torture rack powerbomb to Bay. Ankle lock Bay tap. So Chris Bay, Birthday Boy, is out. Willie Mack's out next. Mack double pin for the 2 count. So he's again, 2 people trying to pin him, but there's only a 2 count. Meteor to Mack while Alexander is holding him, pinned by both on Mack for the 3 count. So Willie Mack is gone at this point. Ace Austin, final man, coming in with Madman Fulton with him. Trey with a poison Rana and a unique cutter on Josh, only gets a 2 count. Trey outside to Josh, Austin outside to Trey. So back and forth action going on there. Trey and then Austin battle on the inside. Trey that then nails Josh outside. And at this point, it looks like, to describe this, Josh Alexander's on the outside, and basically he's, they're coming out and basically, beating him up and then going back into the ring and continuing the match. And I'm thinking to myself, this is going to be like an Incredible Hulk type situation where Alexander is going to come in, into the ring and clear house and be PO'd. And he was. So I said, feeling a PO Josh to come, and exactly what happened. So Alexander comes in, grabs both men, hits a double DVD. So double Death Valley driver. He's got both of them up on his shoulders, and tribute to Tommy Dreamer, obviously there. Spicoli, Alexander double underhook pile driver to Ace, but it gets blocked. Back and forth action. Fulton nailed. Trey goes to the outside, and Alexander hits a double underhook pile driver to Austin for the 3 count. So prediction right there as well. Josh Alexander, #1 contender to the X Division Championship. So can't wait for that. Then we can go into match number 5, Women's Tag Team Championship match. And I'm going to say for the bigger women this week, it hasn't been great. Nia Jax on WWE and Havoc last night. So Havoc with a botch sit-down splash on Kiera early on. So it's that spot where basically Kiera is going for like a sunset flip. And then, basically Havoc was supposed to drop down, kick her legs out. Something happened, though, and she ended up stumbling. And luckily for Kiera, she rolled properly out of the way. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't have landed good. Havoc obviously looks distraught at this point. She was in the corner for a bit, trying to look like just to collect herself. But like I said, a bad week for the women there, Nia Jax as well as Havoc. From there, though, we go back and forth. Cher brought into the ring by Steels. This is Women's Tag Team Championship, Texas Tornado, no DQ match, so anything's legal here. Cher brought into the ring by Steels, set up in the corner by Havoc. Kendo stick now in effect. Champs with the advantage. Double suplex to Havoc, block, reverse. So Havoc ends up suplexing both of the women there. Havoc charged the tag champs in the corner. They move and Havoc into that chair that she had set up previously there. Navaya into the ring with the street sign. Steals blocks, cut her onto the sign, pinfall. Post-match, frustrated Navaya walks off. So she walks off before Havoc. So still tag team champions there. I think I am 5 for 5 at this point. So we got one. What do we get? No. Jake won. So I think I'm 4-1 at this point. So then we go into backstage promo. Gia Miller as well as Rich Swann. If Moose interferes, it's told he's suspended, and that comes from Scott D'Amore. So then we go into match number 6. TJP versus Rohit Raju with Mahabali Shera in his corner. TJP attacked before he enters the ring. Rohit with a huge offense before the bell. TJP comeback. Hebner orders them into the ring. TJP with further outside offense. They related to Survivor Series 1997 on commentary there. Rohit with a comeback. Rohit tosses TJP in the ring. Hebner finally calls for the bell. Rohit turns Tornado DDT into Northern Lights suplex for a 2 count. That was absolutely phenomenal. Rohit with control. TJP is hurt at this point. TJP counter with a single leg crab on the top rope to Rohit. That was kind of cool. Reminded me of Natalya and Becky Lynch from SummerSlam that year. TJP misses a frog splash. TJP looking very amateur in this match. And when I say that, he's looking hurt. He's also looking like somebody maybe on his way out of Impact Wrestling, which was interesting to me. I'll go further into the match. So very little interference by Shera at this point. So it basically was all Rohit Raju laying it down on TJP. Superplex by TJP. Has I lay me down to sleep, hit 2 count. Submissions back and forth. Shera interference finally. Rohit nails Shera accidentally. TJP with the Mamba splash in the 3 count to retain. So TJP still X Division champion there for Impact Wrestling. But like I said, a lot of offense by Rohit. And I'm liking Rohit. He's talented on the mic. You hate the guy. He's talented in the ring. And the fact is, he's got Mahabali Shera in his corner now. I think it's only a matter of time before that championship goes back on him. I wouldn't be surprised to see a rematch sometime soon, but I can't see Josh Alexander fighting TJP. It would be an absolutely phenomenal match, but I think it's going to be Rohit still against Josh Alexander in that one. Backstage, we go to Gia Miller as well as Dreamer. It's an emotional Dreamer at this point. So, they're playing up the birthday boy, 50 years old for Dreamer there. Match number 7, 6 knockout tag team match. Highlights of the match. Jazz off the second rope to the outside, which was cool to see somebody, of her age who's been in the ring for a while, make a dive like that. Obviously, she did it safely. They caught her. Final moments, hot tags to ODB and Susan. ODB rips the sleeves off of Susan after Susan tosses her blazer aside. So we're seeing a different side of the new Karen, so to speak. Back and forth action. Susan thumb to the eye of Jazz. Jazz accidentally nails Jordan Grace. Kimber to the floor off the top rope to everybody outside. Then Jazz taps out Susan for the win. So she didn't get the pin on Deonna as I predicted, but Jazz did get the win in this one. So it'd be interesting to see when they play out that match between Jazz as well as Deonna Purrazzo for the title. I'm looking forward to that. Match number 8, tag team title match. Highlights of the match. Sabin at one point states Private Party doesn't need Hardy, goes to shake hands with Mark Quinn and then gets kicked. Final moments, silly string hit by Private Party on Gallows. Commentators with no clue what the friggin' move was called. Didn't name it at all. Gallows with a chair blocked by the ref. Twist of Fate on Storm by Hardy. SSP by Quen on, so shooting star press by Quen on James Storm. Tag by Anderson. So quick tag. Anderson's on the outside and tags Mark Quen. Quen tossed by Anderson, and then Anderson gets the pin on Storm. And we still have the reigning defending Impact Wrestling Tag Team Champions being the Good Brothers there. So if I'm not going into detail as far as the matches go, it just means it was a hard-hitting match, kind of back and forth, kind of just your normal Impact Wrestling match. Still good, though. And like I said, it made, this match, like I talked about in the prediction show there, made the tag team champions still look strong without making Private Party look weak. So, again, that was a good match there. And then we go to the main event. So Tommy Dreamer, 50 years old, going for the Impact World Championship against the one and only Rich Swann. So Tommy dislocated a pinky. The doctor comes out. Tommy pours water onto it and then pops it back in. And the commentators were like, look, guys, turn away if you're watching this match because he's going to pop it back in, and he does. Swann then focuses on the hand. Dreamer is on his Rich Swann's knees, so they're focusing on different injured body parts there. Interesting enough, and I forgot I made note of this until right now. So I put the pay-per-view on pause. So I'm watching it on Fight, and I put the pay-per-view on pause, come out to the kitchen, and my wife is watching a show, and then sure enough, the music that is playing on that show is Man in a Box. And I'm like, holy crap. And I'm thinking to myself, man, if that right there doesn't get me excited about Dreamer winning the Impact World Championship, that's a sign right there. And that was cool. So I was hyped to go back and press play again. Go back and forth. Superplex by Dreamer. We get a 2 count. Swann off the ropes, caught by the cutter. 2 count. Swann with submission. Dreamer goes to the ropes. Swann with the HBK Flair scenario. When I talk about that, it's like WrestleMania when HBK finished Ric Flair's career, and he says, "I'm sorry, I love you." And Rich Swann's in the corner. He doesn't say, "I'm sorry, I love you," but it's the same sort of scenario. But in this case, where are we here? Dreamer counters, though. Swann then goes for a frog splash and misses. Swann with the Rings of Saturn. Dreamer with the Spicoli driver for the 2 count. Swann with huge offense. Phoenix Splash, 3 count. And that is it. Tommy Dreamer does not go and win the Impact World Championship. But it made me a believer, towards the end of the match, that Dreamer was going to pull this out, but unfortunately he didn't. Post-match, respect by Dreamer, and then Moose attacks both. Spear to Dreamer, and then a chair to Swann. So we see Moose, the end of the show, holding up both belts once again. So, guys, that is it for the recap for Impact Wrestling No Surrender 2021. Great show. Like I said, definitely the look, for the matches I would say to watch out for would be the Revolver match as well as the main event. I can't really complain. There were some missed spots, but all in all, I'd probably 8 out of 10 as far as this one goes. So congrats to Impact Wrestling there. Still wish Diener had won there, but it'd be interesting to see where they go with this Diener versus Jake something feud. But as always, with regards to any prediction show or recap shows I always do my match of the night and my wrestler of the night for the event. So, guys, match of the night, Rich Swann versus Tommy Dreamer. How could you not? 50-year-old man going for the Impact World Championship. And like I said, I was excited to see him win it, and it did not happen there. So, and then wrestler of the night, hard to argue with this, Josh Alexander, the walking weapon. He beats up on, 7 guys, so to speak, in that match. And he is the #1 contender right now to the X Division Championship. So congratulations to Canada's own walking weapon, Josh Alexander there. Guys, check out CWNonline.ca, of course, and then the social media, as you can see, streaming all across the bottom. Best way to get in touch with the show is feedback at CWNonline.ca. For me, at Chris Maloney, CWN, Twitter, Instagram, and then we got Reddit as well as Twitch. So check me out there. But like I said, all in all, a good probably 8 out of 10 for Impact Wrestling No Surrender 2021. So guys, we will be back. I will be back with prediction show for tonight's NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day 2021. It's also Valentine's Day, so make sure you're multitasking or getting everything you need to in prior to watching the event tonight. Spend some time with your significant other. But like I said, it is Valentine's Day, and make sure you take care of who you're with, and then watch Vengeance Day. So, but I will be back later on this afternoon with Vengeance Day, the prediction show. And then hopefully later on tonight, with regards to the recap show, if it's not tonight, it will be tomorrow for the recap show for Vengeance Day. But like I said, 3 o'clock today, premiere on Facebook as well as YouTube, with regards to the prediction show for NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day 2021. So guys, that is it for now. I will see everybody again soon. And thank you for watching and listening. And like I said, happy Valentine's Day and enjoy Vengeance Day, taking place tonight as well. So see everybody again.